Hello YouTube, ZiggyNo back with another video, and I'm really looking forward to your comments and your feedback on this one because I want to bring to your attention a major concern that I've brought up a few times, but I want to make this a little more black and white. And that's my concerns on how easy it is to manipulate sports cards. And as you see more and more people coming to sports cards and more money, you're going to see more and more scams and more fraud taking place. So beware. Mojo Break Media did a great video on several scams and concerns, I think earlier in the week. Check it out on their channel if you haven't. So let me go ahead and jump into one of my biggest concerns, and that is manipulating the value of cards. The first concern anybody buying or selling cards, when you come on, if you're new to the sports card world and you go ahead and put in, Lucas Silver Prism into your eBay account, you're probably going to see prices at $10,000, $15,000. We all know, or most of us know, that that's not the value of the card. The value of the card is the eBay sold, right? Click on the sold, see what is the last transaction. Who paid for that Lucas Silver last? Right? And that has become the market standard for determining the value of a card. And it's also, I think, the lifeblood to why the hobby's grown, because we have these open markets and these open abilities to determine value globally, right? Regardless of where I am, can interrogate that sale. I can see who the buyer was, the seller was it sold on bids, was it a buy it now, was a lower offer taken? All that information is available for me. I can look at other, are there other sales, when the last sale took place, how, what was the transaction velocity, how many per day, how many per month, how many per year. That's all important data. And having that data is very important for me determining the value of the card for both buying and selling. Now, this is relatively accurate when you're talking high transaction cards, right? Luca Silver, it'd be harder to manipulate the price of a Luca Silver than it would be to manipulate the price of something like a Jordan 86 Fleer. It's flawed when you have lower number of transactions in a system. Now, the Jordan is a hard example because it's a $70,000 to $90,000 card, so you need to make several transactions to make any blip or try to manipulate. Silver would be a little bit, I guess, easier in some ways because it's about a $9,000 or $8,000 card. But let's get into this kind of breaking this down. How to manipulate with eBay? Well, if I wanted to manipulate the price of a card, I'm going to target a low value, high value, low transaction card. And the card can either be something I own that I want to sell, like I want to inflate the price so that I can sell others like it, or I might be trying to drive the price down so I can buy it. But in this example, we'll talk about inflating the price so I can sell. So then I go ahead and create multiple accounts, right? And I go ahead and I target one of those cards that's on auction. I want to look for one of the cards that's on auction. Maybe it normally sells for about $1,000. The average comp's been going. I want to overpay for that target card. I want to buy that card for 2x. I'm going to buy it for $2,000. Blow people away, wait to the end, snipe it at 2x. Then I want to wait for the sale to complete so it shows up green as a completed sale on eBay. Now, honestly, never complete the sale. Fake sale doesn't make a difference. I could even complete the sale, right? If I've got 10 of those cards and I've moved the market up 2x, maybe I haven't complete the sale. The point is now I have changed the value or the perceived value of the card to being 2x. Now I use that comp of the 2x and start selling cards that I have in hand, right? Well, a little bit wrong. The safeguards to this on eBay, what helps protect us from this market manipulation, are things like the ability to look at all the sales data. The ability that I will look at the next transaction. And if there's lots of transactions, as I said, in a high transaction system, the next day I'm going to see the price probably go back down closer to the 1x price. Now, when it's a lower transaction, I might have to wait longer before I see the next, but I'm alerted to, right? Because the data is there for me to see. I'm gonna go, wow, why this price jump up so high? Did he do something special in sports? What made this happen? The other thing that protects this from happening in the market is sellers, if they're trying to hype cards up, have to be aware buyers can request refunds up to, I think, 30 days on eBay, right? So if you hype up a card one day and you sell 10 of them off and then that value of the card honestly isn't really there, you could have 10 chargebacks come back to you. So eBay has safeguards that help protect it from market manipulation. You'll hear people with experience talk about these. I watch Baseball Card Collector, Investor, Dealer. He reviews the eBay auctions. He talks about auctions. He talks about, well, this one looks in norm, or this one was concerning to me. There's low feedback, but all that is something he can scrutinize, which is very, very important. Now let's talk about a concern when you're not in an open market platform. How to manipulate with Card Ladder. Okay, and what I'm talking about here is how to use a tool to bring attention to some card so that people either stay away from it or they buy into it, right? I either want to pump the value of this card up so people will go buy this card, or I want to distract them from it so I can go buy this card. Well, the way to do this is to sell blind trust. Okay, what that means is you have to convince people that I am a trusting person, that I am the only one that knows what data is real and what data is fake. And they'll use things like the FUD that I just explained on the other slide, saying, "Look, man, you got to be worried about all this market manipulation out there. You don't know which sales are trustworthy and not. Trust me, I know which ones are." Next, you create a tool that attracts attention to specific cards based on scoring, right? And what I mean by that, create a tool that lets people who are using go, look, don't worry about, looking for the most sales, the highest volume. Only pay attention or pay some attention to cards that are on my ladder. And why are they on my ladder? Because my score moved them on the ladder either up or down, typically based on changes in price versus anything else. It's a scoring algorithm that takes the change in price over a certain period of time, a moving average, and then changes the score of the card. Now let me walk through the next step. I've created a community of blind trust. I'm giving you a tool that attracts your attention to specific cards, right? Then I'm going to go through the steps. Target a high value transaction card, create multiple accounts, overpay for the target card. Now what I do, since I control what data is coming in, I approve that 2x sale. That's a valid sale. I'm going to put that in my system. Man, that has been validated by me. Did you see what happened? That card just went 2x overnight. Pay attention because my scoring ladder just shows you that now. Boom, boom, boom. Pay attention. Sale complete, scoring algorithm triggered, and it's on the big board. Now, if any other sales come in that want to correct that market change, I exclude that. They're not even getting into my system because I don't think they're trustworthy. They're not valid. Remember, you only trust me. Now I have total control over the price of the card and the attention to what cards you are looking at. You're only looking at the top 10, these 100. And they're not the top 10 sold or top 10 change in sales. They're the top 10 based on this scoring algorithm that I created for you. See, the challenge here is safeguards are eliminated without the ability to see all the data and challenge the validity of the sale yourself. I know they want to say they're putting training wheels on and protecting you, but you should always question when someone's trying to protect you, especially when they're involved in the same market they're protecting you from. The owners of Card Ladder buy and sell some of the highest valued basketball insert cards that you're going to see in Card Ladder. Now, if they're in there, don't you see it's maybe a conflict of interest that they've created a system that is closed in what data it accepts, creates a scoring algorithm of attention, and influences a market of people to buy and sell cards they own? If I'm wrong, call bullshit on it, okay? I just think this is one of the biggest concerns going on in the sports card market today, how you can manipulate cards with Card Ladder and manipulate users. So if you're a Card Ladder user or you're looking to use Card Ladder, questions to ask Card Ladder. Why isn't all data available to the users? Don't just show me the ones that you accepted. I want to see all the data. Let me determine why I would accept it or not. What is the purpose of the ladder anyway? Why don't you just show me the top 10 sales or the top 10 changes or the top 10 volume? Why is the ladder score necessary? What does it really do? If it's a moving average, call it a moving average. Call it a 30-day moving average score. Use something that's industry standard. Why are you using something that's proprietary to bring attention to cards in your ladder? Why is the score so sensitive to change in price over volume of transaction, right? Make it a moving average. Don't make it so sensitive so it can trigger based on a valid or invalid sale. Their commercial states unlock the secrets of the hobby. How about unlocking sales data, Card Ladder, and answering questions? I will end this by saying I am not affiliate of Market Movers. I use Market Movers, I use Card Genie, and I used to use Card Ladder until I was banned for asking these questions. I continue to see Card Ladder giving free licenses to people who promote their tool. I hope the people using the tool will challenge Card Ladder and ask them these questions. Have a great day. Stay healthy. Stay safe.